Hey YouTube, welcome to the lab room. This is where I will be doing my gaming for the summer. Keep in mind, May, June, July, kinda the last fourth of the year anyway for Madden. August through even April for the NFL draft. That's really where the core of Madden gaming is. I'm not going to be gaming every hour of every day, like August, September, but I honestly feel like I just want to show you all where this will be taking place this summer. Um, like the setup, my PS5's down there. I'll have some charging cords over there or down there, whatever. My gaming chair is still there. My monitor is very nice, but it's not really the best setup. Um, some of you might be wondering, why am I here? Um, so back there is the router, is our router for the like Wi-Fi and stuff. So all the way back there and stuff. So for an Ethernet cable, you have to plug it into the router kind of. And my router is in this room. So it's kind of why I'm here. Um, when I go back to my apartment in August and I move in, I'll have everything set up and I'll be able to be in my room again and it'll be a little bit better of a setup. The camera goes there, which then shoots me in the chair. A little bit of a side angle there. That's the white thing you saw last night, Cameron, the white shirt and stuff. Um, but I'm gonna do a quick video here. Hold on. All right, so we are back in third person here, or I guess first person, kind of. I don't know. Um, the title of the video is something to think about. And something to think about for me is I was a kid in this room. I mean, this is my parents' house. It's college, it's the summer. I'm back here at my parents' house in the summer and stuff and back home. This is where I played all my games as a kid. I mean, I was a kid playing PC games. When I was first grade, that's when I first remember playing video games. I always knew I loved games. I love games, board games, football, sports, video games, like any kind of game. I just love games. It's so fun for me. Um, and when I was a kid and I was in first, second grade, yes, the PlayStations were out, the Wii's were out, but I never got an actual console until fourth grade, which was the Wii. Keep in mind when you're in fourth grade, you're only 9 years old. So at 9 years old, I got my first console. Um, Wait, is it 9 years old? Maybe it's 10 years old. Okay, 10 years old. Fourth grade's like 9 to 10 years old range. So I was 9, 10 years old when I got my first console. But in this room, I mean, I kid you not, like there used to be. Hold on. Like there would be like this whole room changed. This is now my mom's teaching room. My mom's a teacher like me. But when she was a stay-home mom, this whole room was kind of free. And in the corner, there was a computer. And kind of like this, it was like a computer monitor, but way older. It was made by ACER, Acer. I don't really know how to pronounce that word. ACER. They made computers back then, all that stuff. Um, but like, this is where I kind of started my gaming experience. And I know it's nothing serious. Like, it was just like PC games. Like, I remember getting like Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader PC game. In first grade, I remember playing Putt Putt and stuff. Um, I remember like backyard football, backyard baseball, backyard football, backyard basketball. All that's like the backyard sports, like the kid games. Um, like that's it. Like this is really my childhood right here, in a nutshell. For my free time activities, gaming. It's kind of weird to think about. It really is. I mean, like when I was a kid, I didn't have smartphones. Well, smartphones were a thing, but it wasn't really normal for kids to have smartphones. Now, I would say it kind of is normal Like when you're in fourth grade, you're probably gonna have some kind of cell phone. It's kind of sad, but like it's what it is nowadays for kids. Um, but in my grade level, it was like normal to have like a iPod Touch in like fourth grade, fifth grade. But like smartphones, gaming consoles, like if you were in fourth grade and you had a PlayStation, like you were pretty lucky. In my grade level at least. Not like you were rich, but like you were lucky as a kid that your parents let you have one. Nowadays it's like it's kind of like the norm. Like I'm gonna give him a PlayStation, gaming, whatever, PS5, PS4, whatever. Um, but back then, man, first grade, second grade, third grade, even fourth grade, I can see a little bit, because the Wii. Trust me, when I was 10 years old and I got a Wii, it was really fun. Like back then, Madden on the Wii, it looked a lot better than it does now. Back then when I played Madden '09 Wii, Madden 11 Wii, whatever, even Madden 13 Wii, like it looked a lot better back then than it does now. Um, but I think the biggest mistake that my family made is we do have some old games, but the backyard sport games, I think my mom got rid of. And like I'm not mad at her for that because like another kid could use it and it was just like donated. But you have to realize like that's my childhood of gaming, bro. Like by childhood I don't mean, birth until 18 years old. Cause I would say Madden was that. But we're talking like grade school. Like I was an elementary student. I remember waking up because my elementary school was 9:30. I remember waking up at like 8 or 8:30 to play some PC games, and I'd play backyard football with like Dante Robinson, and I throw it up to Pablo Sanchez and all those players in the game and stuff. Like it was fun. Like I remember just being a kid just playing games like all day. Like who gives a shit? You're a fucking kid. And it's like it's really crazy to think about. It really is. I mean, it's kind of sad, man. Like it's weird to think about how different now times are. Like now when you're in grade school, it's like it's kind of normal to just be on TikTok and stuff when you're in elementary school or middle school, whatever. Back then, like I said, I mean back then it was like 10 years ago, but back then and when I was in sixth, seventh, eighth grade, like you were lucky to even have a cell phone in sixth, seventh, eighth grade. I would say it became normal in like ninth grade. In ninth grade, 10th grade, if you don't have your first smartphone, you were kind of behind. Um, it's just crazy to think about, man. All the stuff, and now we have next gen gaming for Madden, which is still broken. But I think what made those games so fun, those PC games, there were some pretty dang fun games. Like I could even play backyard football right now on the Xbox, like on the DS. Like those backyard sport games were really fun for kids. It's definitely a younger audience, like under 16 years old. But like looking back at it, the gameplay wasn't broken. Like it was just a fun football game. Like that's what it was. It was just fun. And then like Madden 2022, there's still so many glitches and just broken shit. And it's like, how have these game companies not been able to get like it's just weird. Like it's just weird. Like it was just so fun. Like it was so fun, dude. Oh man, I mean, part of me does miss being a kid, but then it's all about the fun stuff. But then there's some parts about being a kid I don't like. Um, you have so much fun, but then you think about all the bad shit you went through, like maybe like schoolwork and stuff, and I'm kind of glad that's all over too. So there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons to growing up. I mean, now I'm in college. I'm kind of happy. Same thing with college, bro. I mean, I'm really happy that I'm in my fourth year now because I put a lot of work into it, and I'm glad I got 1 year left to get my degree. but it's also sad from a social and emotional standpoint because all the friends you made, other stuff, it's going to eventually come to an end. So, that's life. That's what life's all about. It's about making memories, thinking back on them and all that stuff. And this room is where I did all my gaming as a kid. It brings me some memories, man. It really does. I have two brothers, a twin and an older brother. We would always compete because they would the backyard sports would have different save files, and on those different save files, we had different stuff like Matt, Josh, Austin, and we would each have our own season, and we would like compete. Who would win the Super Bowl? We like watch each other. Like, I mean, we were in fucking grade school, man. Like we would watch each other play in the PC touchdown, and whatever, and it's wow. It's crazy, dude. It is absolutely crazy. I mean, yeah. So hopefully you guys have good memories too, man. I mean, there were just so many great games and like even Madden. Like reflecting back on it, like even Madden 15, Madden like 16, one could argue the gameplay is better back then than now. I mean, I feel like there's just so many glitches. And it's like back then, even Ultimate Team was a bit better, I feel like. Um, yes, there are some aspects that are better now, but back then, like my first ever year of Mutt 15, I was 14, 15 years old and I played that game. It's going into my ninth year playing Mutt next year. Ninth year, ninth year. And the one thing I'll say about that is my first year was so much fun. And for some reason, I don't know if it's the meta. I don't know what made it worse. Weekend League. I don't know what made the game worse. But back then, I'm telling you, bro, there were just so many fun games, dude. And if you're a middle schooler or high schooler right now, I'm sure you have your memory games too, even though that was like 7, 8 years ago, whatever. But for me, I'm now 21 years old. I can think back 13 years ago when I was 8, 9 years old playing those PC games. I mean, that was 13 years ago. Back then, when like a desktop computer was like the go to gaming. Absolutely crazy, dude. So we're going to go from there. Take care. Adios. Peace.